officers. Now, are you satisfied?
I still don't know.
You still don't know.
Maybe this is all a big front. They got our $824. We can come back here tomorrow. There's a family of gypsies living in a lobby.
I'll come along with you about as far as I intend to.
Okay, you can stay here. I'm going up and see the president.
The president? C.F. Cartwright?
I don't care what name he's using now. Listen, Francis, if I could just look into his eyes, in 1 minute, I can tell if the whole thing is on the up and up.
You're going to go up there and look in his eyes. Gunther, C.F. Cartwright is one of the industrial leaders of the country. You can't waste his time. He's got conferences. He's got meetings.
He's also got our $824.
Floor, please.
Mr. Cartwright's office.
That's the 45th floor.
Say this, Mr. Cartwright. Is everything all right with him?
With Mr. Cartwright?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, officer. I never see him. You see, he has his own private elevator.
Ooh, he sort of keeps his comings and goings secret, huh? In other words, if he sort of wants to pack up and leave, let us say, for Mexico, nobody would know about it, huh?
2 policemen, and they want to see me?
Yes, sir, a short one and a tall one. They insist on seeing you. They say it's private.
Private?
I think you'd better see them, sir. The short one is practically going through the books in the outer office.
All right, show them in. My chauffeur is probably double parked again.
Will you please step this way, officers? Mr. Cartwright is in here.
Mr. Wayne.
I'll be right with you. I'll have to see you, gentlemen. Mr. Cartwright is busy. Oh, I have all the papers drawn up.
Well, come in, come in. Well, what is it, officers?
How's business?
Business. Fine, fine.
Do you own this building, or is this a sublet?
A sublet.
Mr. Cartwright, let me explain to you about my partner.
Can you?
You see, Mr. Cartwright, Gunther, that's his name, Gunther Tuddy.
How do you do?
How do you... excuse me. It's okay. Mr. Cartwright,
Yes?
you got nice eyes. Let's go.
Wait. Is that what you came up to tell me?
Mr. Cartwright, I'd better explain. This may sound silly to you, but Gunther is the treasurer of the 53rd Precinct Brotherhood Club, and he's invested his entire treasury in your company.
Yeah, we own 2 shares.
2 shares?
Yeah, I bet you thought we were just a couple of ordinary cops when we first came in here.
Mr. Cartwright has more important things to think about than our 2 shares. Come on.
Wait. When a bunch of hard-working cops invest everything they've got in my company, nothing can be more important.
It took us 2 years to raise that $824.
You see, that's money we've saved up towards buying a little summer camp on Lake Ronkonkoma for the poor kids of our precinct.
A summer camp for poor kids. A bunch of cops, underpaid, risking their lives every day, still have time to think of poor kids. Tell me more about it.
Oh, we'd like to, Mr. Cartwright, but we're in our lunch hour. Come on, Gunther.
Here, let me show you to the door. A summer camp for poor kids. I'm going to help you with that camp. Just give me a little time.
JJ, hold that bond issue on International Sulfur. Don't panic, I'll explain later. 500 shares, International Sulfur. Wait. Now, Cartwright's in trouble. Oh, that's ridiculous. Well, okay, might as well play it safe. Cancel that order, International Sofa. Wait. Better sell 1,000 shares of it. Never know.
How about that? Tootie's only been in office 3 days, and we already got back twice the interest on our money.
Not only that, you can never tell about Sulfur. It's liable to catch on and skyrocket.
Boys, let's give a cheer to the best treasurer our Brotherhood Club ever had.
Oh, come on.
Hip, hip.
Did I tell you? Did I tell you? What is it? What is it? Headlines, that's what it is. International Sulfur drops 20 points.
Let me see that. Wall Street was stunned when, for no apparent reason, International Sulfur, for the first time in 10 years, dropped 20 points.
20 points. That means we lost how much? Look who I'm asking.
Experts remain baffled. Why one of the world's most financially solid institutions should suddenly dip 20 points is today's #1 mystery.
Mystery? There's no mystery. The answer is clear. Tootie bought it. There must be some mistake. There's no mistake. If you bought shares in a telephone company, the country would go back to smoke signals.
Quiet. Now let's not panic. Gunther bought you the safest stock on the market, International Sulfur.
Sulfur. I could have told you it was a dud. I could have told you. My wife spends every cent I make. She buys everything. But in all the years we've been married, not 1 ounce of International Sulfur. I tell you boys, if my wife didn't buy it, it means it's not made.
Wait a minute. Let's look at the bright side of things. We got something we never had before. A tax loss.
Quiet. All right. What are we going to do?
I know what we're going to do. I was never wrong about a man's eyes. I'm going up and see Mr. Cartwright.
I'll go with you.
We're all going to. It'll probably be back to normal by the time the market closes today. What is it?
The police are here.
The same two?
Yes, but there are more of them.
They all came back. Show them in.
Mr. Cartwright, isn't there something you want to tell me?
Tell you? Yes, don't keep them waiting.
Yes, sir. I'll get them out of the outer office.
Hello. I haven't the biggest idea what caused the dip.
Hello, Mr. Cartwright.
Boys, I'm glad you're here. I assure you, boys, the company has never been in better shape.
We trust you, Mr. Cartwright.
They trust me. You men are now part of the company. I want you to know what you are a part of so you won't worry about these slight fluctuations. Here, study these sales figures. Here's our quarterly report, our production schedules, and here are the plans for the new factories going up. And here's the official history of the company. I want you all to have a copy.
Sorry to have troubled you, Wayne.
No trouble at all.
Did you get those figures? The company's never been stronger in its history.
Better get the word out to start buying before it goes back up.
They just took the company's book. Sell.
We're ruined. Bet on the future of our country, huh? We certainly did.
You couldn't put it in the bank. You had to be a big-time operator with our money.
Yes, good idea.
What a bunch of scaredy cats. You heard what Mr. Cartwright said. It's just one of those trends.
Trend! Look at this paper. International Sulfur Slips.
International Sulfur Slide.
International Sulfur Dips.
Slips, slides, and dips. That ain't a stock. That's a new dance.
All right. What are we going to do?
Well, Mr. Tootie, what's the decision?
Let's go see Mr. Cartwright.
But there's no explanation for it. All I can tell you, men, is that I'll guarantee that you won't lose a penny.
Did you hear that, boys?
Mr. Cartwright,
Yes?
you're going to miss your plane.
My plane.
Plane? Are you going someplace?
I gotta be in Washington. The Secretary of the Treasury is holding an investigation. Believe me, we'll find out the source of these mysterious rumors. Oh, I'll never catch that plane with all that traffic to Idlewild.
We'll get you out of plane. Wallace, get his bag. I'll get your hat and coat.
Call all plant managers and tell them to tighten up. I don't know what, just tighten up. And I want you to get a hold of personnel and get me a full list.
Contact headquarters on the radio.
It's too late. They got the old man.
Mr. Cartwright. Me and the boys sure appreciated that we're the first ones you called when you came back from Washington.
The Senate investigators found out the source of all the rumors. No, I can't tell you what they were, but I have a check here for $1,500.
$1,500?
Yes. No matter what International Sulfur is selling at right now, I want to buy your 2 shares back.
For $1,500? We'll be right over.
No. Don't come here. I'll have it sent over.
Gosh, Mr. Cartwright.
Wait. I have a personal message from the Secretary of the Treasury to you.
A personal message from the Secretary of the Treasury? What did he say?
Put it in the bank.
A bunch of cops raising money for a summer camp for poor kids.
Give me that money back I just deposited.
There's a holdup in the Bronx, Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child, cruise ships do at Idlewild.
Car 54, where are you?